This is how you can instantly increase your click-through rate so you can drive more traffic to your website. So watch the entire tutorial today so you will know exactly what you need to do to get more targeted visitors to your website. So this works for web content, so videos, podcasts, articles, ebooks. It doesn't really matter what the format is, but if you're producing some form of content, this is going to work really well for you. It also works for email marketing. So if you're sending out emails on a regular basis and you want to increase your open rate, this is going to work for that too. And it's also going to work if you're running ads. So maybe you're doing AdWords or Facebook ads. This is going to increase your click-through rate for those too. But what is a good click-through rate to aim for anyway? We hear lots of different opinions across the internet, but opinions are just that. Let's go with the data. So let that guide us. If you're running AdWords, then a good click-through rate is anything above 2%. That seems pretty low, I know that, but that's the way things are right now. That's where we're at. But if you're running Facebook ads, then that decreases down to 1%. So if you're getting anything above a click-through rate of 1% on Facebook ads, you're doing okay. When it comes to email marketing, if your open rate or your click-through rate on your subject lines is above 20%, then you're doing pretty well. Now, when it comes to email marketing, you will notice that the first email you send to your email list, which is most likely going to be that welcome email when you say, here's the free thing that you signed up for, that is typically going to get an open rate of around 80%. And then each email after that, the open rate will decrease. So you can use the steps that I'm giving you today to increase that open rate via email too. Now, interestingly, when it comes to Google, if you hit the first page position, the top rank on Google, the actual click-through rate varies on the device that the surfer is using. So let me explain what I mean by that. So on desktop, the click-through rate is on average 30%, but on mobile, it drops down to 23%. So if you're getting anything above this, the metrics here, you're doing pretty well. Okay. A little word of warning, because despite what Google might tell you, they officially say that there is no correlation between click-through rate and Google rank. That's their official line. But how many times have we been told something by Google and then independent researchers or SEO firms have uncovered the contrary? This is no different. So, Wordstream found that through research, that increasing click-through rates led to higher organic ranks. If you want to move one spot, for instance, you need to increase your organic click-through rate by 3%. So hopefully, when you employ the techniques that I'm giving you today, you will be able to get that traction. Hopefully, you'll be able to get those clicks up by 3% at least, so you can move up another position in the organic search engine results pages. Okay, here are the steps that you can take right now to get more click-throughs on your headlines and on your titles. First of all, know your audience. This is a fundamental step, but what do we really mean by that? So to know your audience, you have to know the problems that they're facing, the struggle they're currently engaged with. You have to know their end desire, their end goals, what they want to achieve, and why they want to achieve that. So here we need to know psychographics and demographics. What's the difference? Well, demographics is who your audience is. So things like their age, their gender, their location. The psychographics is more about their values, why they want it. So if you look at the difference between demographics and psychographics, it comes down to demographics are who they are. Psychographics are why they want to take action. You have to know both to make this digital marketing stuff work. To help you figure this stuff out, you can use Amazon. So just head over to amazon.com or .co.uk, wherever, and you're going to look for the reviews on products that are similar to the ones that you're promoting or similar to the content that you create, and you're going to look for language. Now, I don't mean like English or Japanese or German or whatever. What I mean is the lingo, the words that they use. For example, if we're talking about digital marketing, well, words like SEO have huge relevance and meaning to us, but to the wider population out there, not so much, right? So you want to have a look at the language that your audience are using. That's really important. So when you can speak their language and use the same lingo as them, that communicates this almost like tribal aspect. So they know that you're one of them. And I think Amazon is a pretty good starting point for that. It's also going to help you to uncover the problems that they're currently facing, how they're being underserved. So have a look through the reviews, what people don't like. If you go to 1-star reviews, have a look at the problems that people haven't managed to solve yet. So what's wrong with existing products out there? Have a look at their hopes, what they really want to achieve. So if you have a look again at the 1-star reviews, it's going to tell you that, but also have a look at the 5-star reviews. So it's going to tell you what people are happy with, the results that they want to tell other people about. Using Amazon reviews, you're also going to find emotional drivers. So when it comes to selling stuff, we need two things. We really need those emotional drivers, emotional triggers, and we also need we need to hit the logical part of the decision-making process. But the real motivation here is going to be emotional. So use Amazon reviews, have a look through what people are saying, look out for certain words that convey emotion, take a note of those. Okay, next step, you have to do your keyword research. If you're creating content or you're running ads based on things that you think people want, you could well be mistaken. And we don't take guesses with digital marketing. It is actually like a scientific process, almost scientific now. So we can really use the data and allow that to guide our decision-making processes. So do your keyword research. Make sure that people are actually looking for the content you're creating or the products that you intend to sell. So we do that through using long tail keywords. I've got multiple videos teaching you how to do keyword research. We go way in depth, but I'll make those videos available to you to uncover those long tail keyword opportunities. We use the Google Keyword Planner. We can use Ubersuggest. There's a whole heap of free tools out there. We can even use SEMrush, but don't pay for it. I've got the full version. It's okay. It's good, right? If you don't need to pay for it. That's what I'm saying. You can get all the data for free, right? If you're smart about it. We also look at Google Trends, and you need to also be aware of negative keywords. What are negative keywords? Well, these are keywords that go against your goals as a business. So, for example, let's say you're selling, shovels, right? You're selling shovels on the internet. You wouldn't use the word like free in your copy, in your headlines or in your content, right? Because that will pull in people who are only interested in free stuff. When you want to make money, you want to sell stuff. So be aware of the negative keywords that exist in your niche. So when you're doing your keyword research, you might see something like these negative keywords getting high search volume. but that's just going to pull in the wrong type of traffic. So answer the user intent or the searcher intent. Make sure that you're creating content and copy and running ads for people who are specifically searching for what you have, not because the keyword volume tells you that's a good opportunity. Okay, I've seen it multiple times where people are getting ranked and they're paying for ads that target high long tail keyword search volume keywords, but they're not making sales, and it's for that reason. So I don't want you to fall into that trap. Okay, the next step that I want you to take is to create a sense of urgency. So you can do this in multiple ways. When we put the pressure on a little bit, we increase the temperature a bit. It can increase conversions, and not only conversions on like an opt-in or a sales level, but also when we use it in headlines, in sales copy, ad copy, in blog posts, YouTube videos. So if we create a sense of urgency in the actual title, in the headline, it will increase our click-through rate too. So you could offer some kind of special discount, you could run a sale, or you can have limited availability. So there's only X number of places available, or so much stock, and then when it's gone, it's gone. Or you can offer special bonuses. You'll see me do a whole mix of these when I run a special deal on products, usually at launch. So what I tend to do is drop the price way down at launch, and then I stack the bonuses. I give them special stuff that they can't get anywhere else. And I also at times limit the availability, because listen, I can only work with so many people, right? I'm only one guy. So to make things fair to my customers, I do limit availability, and that means I give everyone the attention that they deserve so they can get the results that they want. So you can mix and match all these, or do a combo of all three. So you can make that really clear in your headline and in your title, so you get that fast click. People click without thinking about it too much. You can also make your title stand out in a couple of different ways. So a good way to do that is to use special characters. Now, way back when, maybe 12 years ago, we had loads of ads and stuff running with all these weird characters to try and get loads of attention. Of course, advertising platforms, put the foot down. You can't do that. It looks way spammy. But now, quotation marks look pretty good. It looks pretty professional, right? Professional, right? It looks okay. You can get away with that on some platforms. Some just don't allow any special characters. But if you can do it, because it will kind of stand out. And again, with emails, quotation marks do stand out. Or what I sometimes do is put things in brackets. It just helps draw more attention, more eyeballs onto what you've got. We can use emojis as well. I've seen a rise in the use of emojis. I have tested this on my emails. I haven't really found a great deal of difference the last time that I tested it, but I am going to test it again very soon and probably report back on what those kind of results are. But we can use emojis on blog posts, YouTube videos, anything that's going to draw attention. I think sometimes it can work against you, so do test it out. Now, I believe it was Crazy Egg, I could have that wrong, and they said that 45% of customers prefer brands that don't take themselves too seriously, and emojis are a good way of conveying that message. I believe it was Crazy Egg, I could be wrong. Also, put your main keywords in the display title. So on AdWords, for example, you can put a display title. So it's going to have like your URL, and you can put that in there. Make sure that you've got keywords, relevant keywords in that. So if you are selling shovels, make sure you say something like shovels for sale. And Facebook ads also lets you do that too. Really effective. So you don't want to, if any ad platform gives you an option to add something, add it. It's going to benefit you. Also in WordPress, so you'll notice that on the search engine results pages, what we tend to get is the link, the headline to the piece of content, and then Google sometimes tests and then they sometimes remove this, but sometimes you'll see that there's a URL underneath that, either underneath the description or underneath the actual title there. So what you want to do is change the slug in WordPress. So go into the edit page and just go to the permalink thing and put in a few keywords there. That's going to change the actual URL of your post, and it's going to have additional benefit for search engines too. So you kind of double up on that. Plus, it can increase your click-through rate because whoever might be seeing that sees the keywords, so it's more relevant to them. So, a few things for you to do there. Okay, a couple of extra bonus steps. So we really want to crank things up. I want to give you the absolute maximum value that I can here. So capitalize the first letter of each word in your headline. Now this goes way back to print journalism and newspapers and that. They found that people tend to read each word more or stick with it. So what we want to do is have copy that absolutely earns its place on the page, but we want to make sure that each word encourages the person to read the next word, and then that headline encourages people to read the next bit, and so on. So a good way of doing that is to capitalize the first letter of each word in the headline. Anyone can do that. It's pretty simple stuff. Also, split test things. You can run A/B split tests. If you don't have any fancy software to let you do that, and you're just publishing content or sales pages, Google Optimize is going to allow you to do that. Also, we know that ad platforms allow us to run split test campaigns as well. So take advantage of that. And also make a swipe file. This is essential because what you're going to do is create a list of the best performing headlines and copy that you have, and also take a note of the results that it gets. And then at any point in the future, we can just return to that and use this over and over and over again because we know it works. And also test other people's stuff. I'm not saying just copy, but certainly do be inspired. So go through magazines, newspapers, have a look at when you're scrolling through Facebook or Twitter, have a look at the copy that makes you stop scrolling. These are pattern interrupts. They interrupt your pattern of scrolling. So take note of those, try them out, modify them to fit your audience and your content, obviously. But I think when you build up your own swipe file of headlines that have been proven to work for you, and then you also test other people's, you will become unstoppable. You're going to really increase the traffic to your offers, to your pages, to whatever it is you're offering on the internet. But if you are serious about driving traffic to your website, I'm going to give you the methods that I never share on here or anywhere else. I'm going to give them all to you for free when you go to profitcopilot.com/traffic. Grab that. It is completely free. And if you found this useful, give it a thumbs up below, subscribe to the channel too, and hit that little notification bell so you never miss an update from me. And I will hopefully see you again in a couple of days' time. Take care.